y'all. My name is Jasmine Jones, and I am a licensed clinical social worker, and you are now watching Black Girl, a Therapist in the Wild. And this is a little show I like to call Therapist Sips and Reviews. And today we are reviewing Cross Season 2, Episodes 1 through 3. And we are sipping on vodka and lemonade. Oh, I think it's more vodka than lemonade. Okay, how y'all doing? It's another day in the world where the rich people are eating the babies and shit, y'all. I've been trying to test out like how to broach this topic with people outside of social media without looking crazy, because I feel like if anything that I can do, at the very least I can talk about it, you know? And so like I found this thing online, and I had already been doing this, where basically, let me see, it was talking about how like when you are kind of like indoctrinated into a belief system that's kind of cultish, and how that belief system becomes a part of who you are as a person, that becomes your identity. And so when somebody comes along and tries to break that identity, then like there's a lot of like pushback with that, you know. You don't want to, because then it's like a ego destruction. It destroys who you thought you were as a person. And some people can rebuild themselves from that, some people can't, and then some people can't, and they just crash the hell out and do harmful things to themselves and shit like that. And then some people just dig their heels deeper into it. So I think I found this therapist online. I think she's a therapist, and she was saying how here's what we learned so far. When belief becomes fused with identity, the whole sense of self is at risk of collapse. Anytime we present new evidence, arguing facts when we share different versions of reality is also pointless. So this changes how we approach it. Let me see. If your family is MAGA, they're in a cultic belief structure that's not cruelty. They're in a cultic belief structure. That's not cruelty, it's pattern recognition. And pretending otherwise keeps you strategizing like you're debating. And so here's something new I'm learning. Shame deepens loyalty to the cult. If we use any kind of shame tactics, even out of desperation, by holding a mirror up to them and asking for accountability, it can make them run harder and faster back to the group for safety. Perceived humiliation when debating them causes even deeper devotion. And so, does that mean we are letting them down? This simply means we are not escalating what is not working. So people rarely leave high control groups because they lost an argument. They leave when the glass shelf breaks, thanks to a lovely follower. Oh, sorry. That don't matter. They leave when the glass shelf breaks. And so she got that idea of the glass shelf from like a follower, right? And so they were saying, here's the glass shelf concept. It's a metaphor for how people stack small doubts on a shelf over time. And when the weight becomes too heavy over time, their shelf breaks and their worldview collapses in on itself. So basically, you have to leave when you're tired. So just like I was saying with abusive relationships and stuff. So all you can do is just bring up the topic. If they're standoffish, they don't want to talk about it, they want to argue or debate, we'll walk away. No, walk away. We're not arguing, because these are facts. They're eating babies. These are facts. And if you don't want to see it, I'm not going to argue facts with you. You can just wait to get tired enough, and hopefully you don't end up in a situation where horrible things have to happen before you get tired. We can't take a sledgehammer to their shelf, so we wait, and we find places to put our debate energy to work instead of screaming into the void. And we also do our own grief work. This is hugely important. So making sure you do your own grief work, making sure that you are going to spaces where your debate is welcome, where these conversations are welcome. This isn't about being nice. It's about being strategic. Understand what you're dealing with. Hold your boundaries. Stop escalating what doesn't work. If you're done arguing like it's 2016. So they're basically saying, like, in 2016, we had all these people on the internet that looked like they were fucking crazy, talking about blood sacrifices and baby eating, wide-eyed and just all over, which is appropriate reactions when you learn these factual things that are happening with these rich motherfuckers, okay? But it's off-putting to the normies. It's off-putting to the people that are still asleep, because they are so deeply entrenched and dissociated from reality that they don't want to believe that shit. They don't want to believe people that they've worshipped and looked up to. That's why we don't pedestalize anybody. Are baby eaters. And so what I've been doing over the week is I've just been testing out how to just casually drop "the rich people are eating babies" into sentences and just seeing people's responses. For the most part, I've gotten either people will change the subject, people will act like it's normal. Like, I live in Southern California, so, you be around people that be like in the lowest part of the industry or some shit, or did a cameo on some shit one time as a background, something, whatever. And so you be talking to folks and they just be like, oh, they've been like doing that. Like, it's whatever. And then the creepiest, most eeriest response is you say it and then there's complete silence, like you don't exist anymore. And that shit is fucking creepy. And I just felt an energy of fear and, evil around that. And I told myself in my spirit that I walked away. Of course, I wasn't going to argue with that. That's something that I don't want to be a part of. I never want to be so imprisoned that other people outside of me can feel my imprisonment and I can't be myself, because that is a horrible prison to be in, and it puts you in precarious situations where you're doing things that will stain your soul forever, and then you're going to go to hell. Or wherever people that, are aware of motherfuckers eating babies go, and so I just let that alone. That's none of my business. God bless those people that the aura of fear and evil are just covering you. I pray that it uncovers you and you find freedom in the world. And then, I got one decent response, but I just felt like they had to because it was church. But I went to church and I had Bible study on last Monday, and I was still in the midst of crashing the hell out after finding out all this shit was real. And I was just like in there sad at the table, and they was just like, what's wrong? And I was just like, it's so horrible. They eating babies and molesting children, and I just want to pray for the babies. And I made that whole table of women pray for them babies. Because they like being politically correct. Like, I went in there one time and it was like the beginning of Black History Month, and the girl that leaves our table, she's Black. And so I went in there and I was just like, happy Black History Month. And then she gonna go, it's our anniversary month. Happy anniversary month. And I was just like, I think, is it the church anniversary? I don't know what the fuck she was talking about. But I was just like, so that should have put me off. But I'm the bitch that don't give a fuck no more about shit like that. So I went up in there and I said, we need to pray for these babies because nobody's talking about the babies. And that's fucking horrible. And so we prayed for them babies at church. It was magical. At our little table, and it was great. It was, I like that. So I ain't found the people that want to start the revolution yet, but eventually, after dropping that sentence into casual conversation casually, I'm going to find the people that want to start the revolution, whatever the revolution look like. We just talk about it, start a podcast, just keep talking about, or whatever. But like, I'm not gonna not talk about, because that's how they get you. That's how they want you to be. They putting all this stuff out here to paralyze you emotionally and traumatize you. So see what you'll accept And if you accept this, then you accept anything. You accept them coming into your house and taking your kids out your house, and anything. You accept anything. You accept martial law. So if we keep silent on this, when they've shown their hand and they shown us that they eating babies and they worshiping Moloch or whoever the fuck, and they molesting the babies and all sorts of, we deserve to burn. We deserve the war that is coming our way. We deserve the bombs. We deserve it all. If we sit still and don't do shit about this, the most innocent people in the world, because there is a whole period of time where children can't walk, can't talk, can't feed themselves. So they're the most innocent creatures in the world, and we are causing them harm, and they're eating them and molesting them and all sorts of evil. If we sit on this and don't do nothing about it, then I welcome the bombs. I welcome the wars. I welcome all of it, because that's what we deserve. If we sit as a community of people and continue to allow this evil. You look at me, I'm wide-eyed inside and cry. I don't care. This is my platform. You ain't got to watch this shit. We deserve it all. We deserve it. So, as you move through this space, finding these things out, make sure that you're taking care of yourself, and don't force people to listen, because what'll happen is, if you try to force people to listen and they don't want to listen, you're going to look crazy. And now they can dictate the narrative of, oh, she's crazy. Like the ones that go completely silent, and when you say it and shit, and eerily silent, you can hear a pin drop and shit. I'm not gonna stand up there and speak louder and try to get there. I'm just gonna note it and walk the fuck on. Like, okay, that's your soul. That's not my soul. That's your spirit at risk. That's not my spirit at risk, honey. God bless you. I hope you figure out that enslavement that you are in spiritually, that has nothing to do with me, because I pray for God that I never feel entrapped by these trashy ass human beings and doing and knowing about evil, or participating in evil, or acting like evil isn't a big deal and shit, because that's not. That is a desecration of your soul, your spirit, your humanity. You have to live with that. You have to live with that, and it eats away at you over time. I be thinking about Jesus, and I just be like, you know what? Jesus just was out there screaming in the streets and letting people know. And yeah, he was tortured and shit, but like the torturing and the death was like 3 days, and then he came back and then went to heaven, and that was 3 days of torture. Falling into the pits of despair and eating babies and shit, you are being tortured for a lifetime. You're not happy. You're not feeling good. You are dead inside. Like you are. I don't want to be living on this earth dead inside, and walking around feeling dead inside all the time. And when there's so many beautiful things to experience and see in the world, and I can't even really enjoy it. It's not touching me no more. Like I can't feel the euphoria of joy just seeing flowers and shit like that, just because I'm dead inside, because I allowed babies to be eaten or some shit. I'm not. I'd rather take the 3-day torture and then wake the fuck back up than the whole lifetime until you're 90 of being dead inside. Like I just don't have it. So even if I say it casually and motherfuckers still make me out to be crazy, I'll look crazy. I don't give a fuck. I'm not about to sit up here with my soul burning up and shit inside and me feeling dead inside and shit. So, I'm just letting y'all know, these are ways that you can have these conversations and, still feel okay with disconnecting if people don't want to if they don't, it's fine. They don't got to listen. They don't got to listen, love. That's their soul. That's not your soul. Talk to the next person. Keep talking to people till you find the motherfuckers that will listen and be on the same team. And then let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what we can create with this and shit, But anyways, let's get to the show. So I love that it's just right in line with what's happening. Cross this season is about Jeffrey Epstein and his island, and mercenaries coming and doing the Lord's work. Yes, God. It only takes 2. I want to say, so it's this Mexican woman and this white dude. I think he's white. And like, it starts off with them going to this island. It's obviously Jeffrey Epstein, but they, they give him all different names and shit. And they in there just debauchery, raping women and look like little teenage children and things like that. And they go in there and they kill everybody. And I was just like, see, it only takes two motherfuckers with a set of skills and some magic. She doing the brujeria shit. I was like, it only take two motherfuckers, a set of skill and some magic, two subwoofers and a microphone, nigga. I was just like, kill them all, girl. So she trying to find like all the motherfuckers that hurt the babies. That we don't know the full story yet. It was some they trafficking children and women and girls and things like that. And I guess like her mother was helping the babies and stuff when they were trafficking, but then they ended up killing her mother, and so she's on a vendetta to get vengeance for the babies that they were trafficking, that her mother helped to save, like one of them, and also a vendetta to avenge her mother that they killed as well. That's the vibe. I don't see what the problem is, and I really hope, because ACAB, all cops are bad, but they tried in the beginning to like, he took account. He was like, so then after they killed the people on the island and freed the girls, they're not here to kill innocent people. They're here to kill baby eaters. And let's not leave out the fact that we don't even know if the people that made this show, we know Jeff Bezos is probably one of them motherfuckers. This show is an Amazon production, but we don't know who in this show, made this show, acted in this show, might have been a part of this shit. So we gonna put that out there as well. We are actively, reviewing something that may also involve real life baby eaters. I don't know. Are people that are aware, we're aware, and we're always aware of the baby eaters. Yes. But let's go with it. But they skip over to him doing this speech, and he's in his uniform, and I guess it's the new cadets and stuff, and he's taking accountability for the fact that he like police brutality a young man in the last season, and how that wasn't right, and how he leaned on his partner to help him through that, and all this other stuff, and that we all need to be accountable for our actions and stuff. I guess it's like a message to the real police officers in the world and shit like that. Like, we need to be accountable for our actions, and we're not infallible and all this other stuff. And I appreciated that. I appreciated it. But it's still ACAB every day, all day. Because that's not how it is in real life. We're not going to sit up here and be like, this is what we would want it to be, like motherfuckers taking accountability and not doing police brutality and not killing people in the street for nothing and all this other stuff. But that's not how it is in real life. So we're still going to acknowledge that as well, because we're here with the truth. We're not here with lies and bullfuckery. But he gives his speech, and apparently him and the black girl done broke up because he traumatized her, because he put her in danger, and she's upset because he lied. She's upset that he didn't let her know that, there's a serial killer after me, and I'm trying to protect y'all. Like, he put his job before her and lied about it because he didn't think she needed to know anything about her life being in danger. I would be upset too. I wouldn't want to be around that nigga either. You were so easily prepared to put my life in danger because you think you Mr. Superhero nigga and can save everybody, instead of giving me my autonomy to be aware of something so I can be on the lookout and also be aware and protecting myself. You put me in danger and didn't let me know what was really going on with shit. And she had a traumatic experience off of that. So no, she's not just gonna up and be like, I want to be with you again, nigga. And then you sitting up here talking about, well, I apologized and I worked on my anger, and then when she says, but did you work on the lying? He just looks at her, and I'm just like, nigga, that she's telling you what to work on, and you're just looking at her. So obviously you ain't up to standard. You're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, right? So they not together, and like he gets this new case with this other billionaire person that he doesn't know was in cahoots with the Jeffrey Epstein nigga at first, because the nigga is lying and he's not telling the truth. And then they call that white woman FBI agent to work with him because he's a criminal psychologist and stuff, and they work well together and whatever. And now he end up with the white woman fucking her and shit. But it's only 3 episodes in, so we'll see what happens with that. What I noticed was that it was like they can't both have a black woman. Last season it was the it's not Michelin Man, what is it? The Old Spice Man. So last season the Old Spice Man was with a white woman until he got with that little black activist at the end, right? And he was with the tall black girl, right? And now this season, him and the tall black girl ain't talking, right? So now they end up fucking on the 3rd episode with the white woman. And I was just like, first they went to some like cowboy, like okie dokie bar or whatever with all these white people with cowboy hats, and he experienced no, racism or, microaggressions at all. Lies, bullshit, fuckery. In Texas. That's some lies. And then they go back and they fuck, and I'm just like, And so, but in the beginning, like, she's the one that first gets the case. So they kill the dude, the little Jeffrey Epstein Island motherfuckers, and then they have a calling card. They cut off the 3 fingers right here, right? So they put the 3 fingers in the box of the other billionaire while he was having a speech or something about whatever, and he opens the box and 3 fingers and something else was in there, right? And so he calls the FBI director personally because he wants to keep it on the hush hush and all that, because he's rich and rich people can call the FBI directors instead of 911 because they're all connected because they're baby eaters. And like he calls him and he's like, I want to keep it on the hush hush. So like he gets her, and then she goes and gets Cross, and they go to the dude's place, and like they're talking, and like so they go there and then they interview him, and like he's all like, I don't know this and I don't know that, I just got 3 fingers in a box and I don't know who it could be, and he been sitting on it for 18 months and ain't said shit until he got them 3 fingers in a box. And so they start the case, and then they stupid asses allowed the billionaire motherfucking security guard to come and survey the case while they're conducting their investigation, and they allowed that. And I was just like, why would you allow that? She's not a police officer. See, now you got a spy up in your organization and you don't even know the bitch is a spy because you don't know these niggas is eating babies and shit. I'm tired. She just sitting in on the investigation room where they got all the shit on the board and all the detectives in there. And she just sitting there watching. And every time they would show that room, I would just look directly at her. I'd be like, look at her sitting there trying to act like she ain't paying attention or trying to act invisible and shit. Nah, bitch. Nah, that's the main. Watch, that's gonna be the main bitch that bring everything down and shit, because she was there as a spy and they don't even know it. She was a baby eating spy. Oh my gosh, if this show ends up where this Mexican woman goes to jail, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be looking at these motherfuckers like, really? This is what we were doing? No, I need Cross to be broken for what he did to that black woman. I need him to be broken for him to understand why lying is wrong. Lying when someone's life in danger is wrong, and it's traumatizing. So there's a part in here where his partner, the white woman, she gets called to the director's office again after they interview the white dude, right? And he gives her this letter. Apparently she was on a part of some secret mission a while ago, and now the main person is coming after her and everybody that was on the mission. And she was in the elevator and she had a little flashback to it, right? And it was like it looked like a hospital with army officers coming in, and a nurse was taking the army officers into the room. asking about symptoms, like, are you still having nightmares, are you still having headaches? So I think she was on some MK Ultra shit. They're gonna have her on some MK Ultra shit. You know, when that whole conspiracy theory was talking about when the government was trying to brainwash us, that shit is proven to be real. It was in the Jeffrey Epstein emails. He was trying to orchestrate global brainwashing with the media and the stores that he owned. He was a part of Limited 2, and he knew the person that owned it, and he had some shares in Limited 2 and shit like that. So he just a whole generation of fuckers. He was orchestrating it. It's just the devil is among us, yo. I hate that this shit is real. I really do. I wish I could have went back to when. But then I don't, though, because then it's like they was telling us, and I literally was looking at them niggas like they had schizophrenia. I was like, wow, they must have got sexually assaulted at some point, but like maybe they got schizophrenia from it, because like I believe that they were sexually assaulted, but then they was talking about baby eating and blood drinking and adrenochrome, and I was just like, the fuck is, they got some shit going on in this motherfucker. They probably got some schizophrenia from their experience or some shit. You can get extreme trauma from sexual abuse, like extreme trauma from sexual abuse, especially long-term sexual abuse. And so I wasn't thinking too much into so, but they was telling us, and I should have believed, because now it's like I actively turned my back on them eating them babies, and I feel so bad about it. I mean, it would have been nothing I could do about it at the moment, but still, like, I just would have wanted to, I don't know. I was a different place in my life when that shit was happening, and I probably wouldn't have been able to do, I probably would have been in an even darker space if I had known that shit was happening. So I'm at a better place mentally right now to know, but it don't matter. We should have all been believing back then when they was first telling us, and we should have all been doing some shit about it. But it looked like she doing some MK Ultra type shit, right? And then later on in the show, like she talking to her like, she gets a burner phone, right? And they automatically know she got the burner phone, right? And so they send a link to her burner phone for a meeting, right? And she don't know who the meeting's gonna be with. She thinks it's gonna be with the main dude so that she can tell him that she's gonna get the gun, because one of the officers found a unlicensed gun from a robbery, right? And he was doing the research on it to figure it out, and the FBI agent director already knew where the gun came from. It came from the whole MK Ultra facility or whatever the fuck they doing. And so basically, if that officer follows the trail, they're gonna follow it right back to the place, right? And so, like, she was trying to tell the dude, like, I'm gonna get the gun. I figure it out. But she doesn't get connected to the dude. She gets connected to one of the women that she worked with on that particular mission or whatever, right? And like, they both were connected to each other. And so the woman, when she tells her that, like, she didn't send the woman an email or whatever, the woman realizes that, oh, the main dude connected them for a reason, and she's like, oh, nothing's gonna work, and you can't fix this. And so she just like gives her the name of somebody that could help her locate, like, whoever, I forgot, and then shoots herself in the head. It was horrible. But after she shoots herself in the head, because they're like investigating the Mexican girl and like trying to figure out who's trying to kill the billionaires and shit, right? And they get on the track of this one dude that came to one of the speaking events that the other billionaire had, the one from Scream. And he came to one of the speaking events and stood up in the middle of it and was like, you're evil and you need to die and you're gonna pay for what you did, and then he like left and shit, right? But he had a hat on and he was making this weird ass smile to trick the like identification cameras and shit like that. And so they couldn't figure out who he was. So basically they found the doctor that opened the door for him and stuff so he could get in, right? And so they found her, and then like they made her get scared for his life, and so she went and met his ass because she's a dummy. She ain't about that life though. She's just a regular ass psychologist that, you know, knew this nigga and was trying to help him because she was in love with him or some stupid shit, right? So like while he's interviewing the doctor, she's in the car and then then the girl shoots herself in the head and stuff like that, right? And so like they wait for so the doctor leaves immediately to go to meet up with this dude, and they go and like follow her and all this other stuff. Wait, does she leave immediately or does she leave a few days later? I think they're watching her. I think before that happens, at some point she is sitting in the diner with Cross, right? And I think oh God, I forgot when it happened, but I think it was after the woman shot herself in the face. And then or maybe it was after, because I think she got a letter. So first her boss tells her about it, then a few days later they're at the bar, and then he gives her the letter about the emergency plan for the mission that she had been on and stuff like that. And then she reads the letter, right? And at some point she's sitting in a diner with this nigga, and she's telling him that she's in danger and shit like that, right? But she don't tell him the full get down on what's going on. And he offers to help, right? And she's like, no, I don't need your help. Why are you telling him that? Why are you telling him? Obviously you got scared because the woman shot herself in the face, and you got the little letter situation and all this other shit happened and all this other shit. So like, why are you telling him if you don't want his help? You know that this nigga is going to help. You know this nigga's going to want to help. So are you like leaving him on the back burner just in case you need his help? See, I hope that this nigga, I hope his world is shattered. I hope he finds out that these motherfuckers are eating babies and molesting children, all this other stuff, and how far up it goes, and that it involves government and law officials. And I hope his whole little world that he has built around his job just shatters. I want to see this nigga folded. No, because for what he did to that black woman, that wasn't okay. That wasn't okay. And yeah, but no, she didn't call him to her house. He came to her house unannounced, talking about, because she came to brunch that day with his family and shit, he thought she came to see him. She came to see them kids because them kids keep calling her, his grandmother keep calling her, and basically she would have to block them and be an asshole. And she's trying to figure out, how do I interact with these kids without traumatizing them? And so I can see the conundrum here, because this is a recent breakup and these kids have seen her as family for who knows how fucking long. And so she's trying not to just dip on these little children, right? She's trying to figure out, like, I don't know if she's trying to figure out how to move away from them, or she's trying to figure out how to handle like being in this situation where she could maybe just be friends with him and she's just a part of the family without, no, this nigga loves you or whatever the fuck. I don't know if he loved you. He fucked that white woman. So, but like, he came to her house, seducingly to her house, seducing her, talking about, but do you really want me to leave? And she was like, no, but like, you like 6'1", 6'2", 6'3", one of them, looking chocolatey and muscly, and at my door that I didn't call you to. Damn, it's hard to say no, because she still love this nigga, right? So they end up fucking, right? But then the next day, she's just like ready to go to work. She's like, and he's like, he thought they was back together, and she was just looking at him like, no, I'm still traumatized and upset, and you're still a liar, and you haven't said anything about, I'm gonna work on not lying anymore, or I have stopped lying and I'm gonna be more honest about, I'm not gonna put you in danger like that anymore. I'm gonna be honest about like what I'm doing as far as if it involves you, or if anybody's coming after me or anything like that. I'm gonna be honest about those things. I even being honest about the fact that there are some things I can't tell you because they're confidential, but if my life is in danger and somebody's coming after me, I know that they would probably come after my family and my partner. I'm going to be honest enough to let you know that there's some shit going on. I can't go into all the details, but somebody is coming after me, and I need you to just stay safe, just stay safe. Because she keeps going back to the lie. She's not going to, I'm scared of your lifestyle. She goes back to the lie, because if you care about the people that you love, you're not going to put them in danger where you're not going to tell them what's going on, right? and at least give them a chance to get to a safe space before. So she's willing to be with you as long as you give her a heads up if fucking murderers are coming after her, nigga. Like, she is willing to be with you. She's willing to put up with your cop shit as long as you're honest about her safety. And he's not understanding that. And it's the same with his partner. Like, there's a whole arc of a story in here where apparently, like, him and his nana mama been lying to his surrogate brother for since childhood about the fact that his mom is alive, and one of the other cops arrested some woman for murder and she only wanted to see Old Spice nigga, and he goes in there and she says, I'm your mom. And then Old Spice nigga eventually at some point confronts Cross and is like, why didn't you tell me about this? And Cross was like, well, we tried to get her to give you up for adoption and give up her rights so that Nana Mama could adopt you. And she refused to, while at the same time refusing to be in your life or try to take care of you or raise you. So, like, we didn't want to hurt your feelings. But the thing is, no, that's a lie. See how you live in your life with lies because you want to be Mr. Superhero nigga that takes care of everything, Mr. Invincible and shit like that, instead of relying on the people that you love to also bring in their part and be able to pick themselves up and be able to find comfort somewhere and heal and or protect themselves and shit like that. Because that's what Old Spice nigga said. He like Cross asked him, he was like, so if the roles were reversed and it was me, would you have told me? And Old Spice nigga was like, yeah. And he was like, I would have been there to help you pick up the pieces. Like, I would have trusted that you would be able to get to a place where you would be okay again. Like, Cross don't believe that motherfuckers can heal without him. And girl, absolutely not. Absolutely, that's a flaw. you are so much of a protector, so much of a fixer that you don't believe motherfuckers can heal or protect themselves without you. And absolutely the fuck not, because you put that bitch life in danger. So I felt that shit, and I felt that she didn't want to be with him. Like, why would you be with somebody that damn near got you killed just because they didn't trust that you could protect yourself while they weren't around, or you could get out of the city, or you could do something to protect yourself? He had to be the one to do it. Like, absolutely the fuck not. So if you almost die from some heinous situation like that, why the fuck not? Why the fuck would you want to be with this person? That's traumatizing. She's traumatized. She might be having nightmares about that shit. She might be having panic attacks about that shit. But has he asked her anything about if she's okay? Is she having panic attacks? Is she traumatized from that? No. He just sees that she's alive. I protected her. I don't know what she's mad about, but like, she didn't be with me. And that's why she don't want to be with him. And so in order for him to understand what she's going through, since niggas ain't going to therapy in this motherfucker, I hope that white woman turns on him. I hope she puts him in just as much danger that he put that woman in. I hope that when he finds out that she's a part of some MK Ultra shit, his whole world shifts. I hope he feels a deep, unabiding betrayal. I want this nigga to fold into a ball and then be reborn. Because you need to see the truth first. You need to see the truth first. See what you did. Feel it in your spirit. See how the world is doing similar shit to you but for heinous, evil reasons. And then be reborn, nigga. Be reborn into a new self. Or just go to therapy. Something. But no, I need this nigga folded. Fold this motherfucker. Take away his ideology about his job. Take away his ideology about the world. Strip him of all that he holds dear when it comes to his career. The safety that he finds in it. Strip him bare. And then rebuild this motherfucker. Because absolutely the fuck not. I want him to be just as stripped bare as I have had to be for the past 3 weeks. And I've had to rebuild myself around this concept that I live in a hellscape. This is the bad place. It's like that movie In the Mouth of Madness. You know, I was realizing that they've been telling us this whole time, because it's human nature. People are saying like, oh, it's karma, it's a karma ritual. They think that if they do it and then they talk about it, then that's the karma circle complete, and they won't get any karma back and shit. Like, that's not how karma works. It's even an equal exchange, and that's not an equal exchange when you eating babies and shit. Your ass gonna get ate up at some point. That's not karma. But no, I think it's just about human nature, and how when people feel like they've accomplished something, at some point they want other people to know. They want to brag about it. They want a little recognition. And when you're talking about narcissistic sociopaths, because you have to add the narcissistic to it, because they want the attention, they want the notoriety. Like, you think about serial killers like the BTK killer. He was a narcissistic sociopath because he needed to get that notoriety in the newspaper. That's why he kept writing them letters to the newspaper and sending details about his killings to the newspaper, so he could sit in his house, open the newspaper, read his little letter that he sent to the newspaper, and get that little giddy dopamine hit and be like, yeah, look at what I did. I got it in the newspaper, without people actively knowing who he is. Because if they knew who he was, then, you know, there will be consequences. And a part of them wants people to know who they are. A part of them does, because they want the, sickeningly enough, a part of them feels like people will look up to them for doing shit like that. They want the notoriety, they want the attention, they want all of it. And so, no, like, these people go around talking about this shit. They make movies about this shit. They walking around on studio sets talking and bragging about it out loud and shit like that, because they need, a part of it is they need to get it off their chest. Some of it is guilt and shame, and you can't sit with that rot in your soul. They want to do something with it, so either they hurt somebody or they brag about hurting somebody. And so they make movies about what they did. I was watching The Island on Netflix the other day, and I was just like, nigga, they've been telling us about this shit, about them trying to clone motherfuckers and shit. And they don't got the technology to be cloning motherfuckers and that are actually cloning them into adults. What they was doing was Jeffrey Epstein was impregnating a bunch of bitches with his DNA because he thought it was superior and shit. And I was just like, but look at you. Look at how your skin look, and how you burn in the sun, and how your face is all wrinkly and all. How is that superior? Like, I don't, you know what? I think it's the money. It's the money and the ability to like get away with shit like that and not get caught. That's what it is. And I was just watching that shit, The Island, and then like The Mouth of Madness. I feel like that's what this world is right now. That's like one of my favorite horror movie is In the Mouth of Madness. It's so good. It's so fucking good. But that's what the world feels like right now. It's like we're in the mouth of madness, and like I just believe they've been telling us this whole time. And we just thought it was movies. We just thought they were just like, you know, artists writing story. No. The Simpsons always knowing shit and all that other shit. When Matt Groening was on that island eating babies, raping children, all this other stuff. Allegedly, you know, whatever. So, they've been telling us this whole fucking time. So no, I want this nigga broken. Break this nigga down and rebuild him, because he's too entrenched in his job. I want him to meet this Mexican woman, and I want her to tell him about all the babies being eaten. I want him to follow the trail and find all the shit about the babies being eaten. And I want him to see all the people that, you know, runs his life and his job. They are part of them eating the babies. Like when they was out there following that Mexican man. I think he was I'm gonna say Latino because they didn't say what he was. She went to Mexico and her mama was from that town that she went to. So that Latino man and shit like that, when they was chasing him down and stuff. and like they found that truck full of babies and stuff that he was trying to find to save the babies and shit, and that cop like shot the last baby snatcher in the head and stuff, and then Cross just looked at him like, what the fuck are you doing and shit, and he was a part of it. That's why he shot the baby snatcher in the head. Then when they went to interrogate that Latin man in the truck, he was in there and he's not anybody, and he was in there while they were interrogating him, like he wanted to listen in, and then he kidnapped that motherfucker from jail. Like he was gonna kill that but that motherfucker killed him because he got that dog in him and shit, nigga. Special set of skills. You only need like a few people. You don't need like 5 or 6 motherfuckers. You just not. What is that? It's not a heist movie and shit, nigga. In reality, you need maybe 2-3 people with a special set of skills and some magic, some brujeria, some hoodoo, some voodoo, some Jesus, something, okay? Because that's gonna be the covering over you as you do the Lord's work to protect you from the things that you aren't paying attention to or that you can't control, because this is the Lord's work. No, because the police are a part of it. The KKK was the start of the police officers. That's where the police came from. They're a part of it, love. And the slave masters were eating us, and it's all connected and shit. The Zionists is running all of it. They're the foundation. They're the vines that's wrapping around all the trees that's growing from the ground and shit. And no, I want him broken. I want this motherfucker torn down and rebuilt, because you put that woman in danger and now you're mad because she don't want to be with you. We put that woman in danger, like and now she's supposed to be just over it and fine. Like you ain't even seen if she has nightmares or issues or anything like that. If I was her, I would have been like crying and shit. I would have been like, I gotta go to therapy now because I have nightmares about that shit. But like, that's the thing. She not mad about the shit that happened. She mad that he lied about it when it could have been avoided if he had just trusted her enough to protect herself. Cause that's some uncontrollable shit. If you got motherfuckers watching her, but that don't mean nothing. Like, she need to be watching herself too. Like, you can't be the only motherfucker watching her. She's a person too. You're objective. See, when you focus so much on yourself and your own emotions and how you feel, and then you put all of how you feel on other people instead of considering that they may feel a type of way, then that's when you objectify people. So he's objectifying people in a type of way, not in a malicious, complete way, but like he's objectifying people. And so, no, I wouldn't fuck with that motherfucker either. Like you, what's gonna happen next time? You got this Latin bitch, like she might come after me too. Like you ain't even absolutely. You got these. You on the precipice of finding out that all these rich motherfuckers is eating babies, and you got the ability to potentially maybe do something about it if they don't kill you, and you don't even know you're on the precipice of that shit. You know that they will kill you and your family and shit. Like, you want another scenario where motherfuckers can kill you and your family potentially. So it's very likely that you would do the same thing because it's confidential and because I need to be the one to protect you and shit, and you don't even know about none of this. You need to live in La La Land and not know. Nigga, fuck you. I don't care. So no, he needs to be torn the fuck over there do-si-doing with them white people in that white bar in Texas and fucking this white bitch in her ugly fucking dress. I don't care. That dress wasn't attractive. It was like some shit I would wear to church when I was like 11. That's what white people clothes look like them white southern outfits and shit. They look like some shit that I would wear to church when I was like 11 or 12. And so absolutely not. I hope they rip him apart and rebuild this motherfucker off of this. I don't know if that's gonna happen. They might end up arresting that Mexican woman and maybe a couple billionaires, and And that's the end of the show. And I'm just like, if you fizzle out, like, nigga, I watched 8 episodes and you just fucking bloop, I'm gonna be upset. I'm gonna be like, why was I watching this? Like, cause you setting it up to seem like some big shit's gonna happen, and you setting it up like you taking a risk, the same risk that him took. Because him showed us all the shit that they were doing, the demons that they were worshiping. Little niggas was like, this is stupid. Why do we know that was them putting it into the air that it was stupid, so you wouldn't catch on to the fact that's fuck these niggas was doing. The blood that they were drinking, the adrenochrome, the demon they were worshiping, the black men slowly going insane from all of this, because this is not our culture. This is not where we come from. And then how silly the white people looked in their masks. The masks, the same masks from the Epstein shit, just looking silly. And then the vengeance that we took on these motherfuckers when we sliced and diced them motherfuckers at the end of this shit. They took a risk on that shit flopping. Just to tell the truth. They could be a part of it too. I don't even know, because if you put it in a movie, you knew about some of it. So, but still, it was a message, and motherfuckers was like, this movie is stupid, and and they just basically just lined up everything that the Epstein file said. They basically just told you everything that these motherfuckers do. They be worshiping demons, and they be balling shit, nigga, like you. And y'all said it was stupid. And so I feel like if they get the ending that I need to see in this motherfucker here, they're risking that they won't have a season 3 or a season 4, because they said too much. They did too much. And this is more cohesive. This is less artsy and abstract like him was. This is more of a cohesive, like it follows a straight line and shit, and you can pay attention to it, and it's not a bunch of random colors and random shit all over the place. And so, like, no, if they give this a decent ending, they're risking not having a season 3 or a season 4 or any other season after this, just to let y'all know that it only take 2 subwoofers and a microphone, nigga. What's going on? Where are these people with these special, abilities and skills that they've learned that have morals and values and empathy, or at least is a Dexter and shit, nigga. Like the sociopathic Dexters out there and shit that are like, I'm gonna just put my energy onto the baby eaters and shit. Like, I'm not gonna like to innocent people. Like, I can still get the same rush from the baby eaters and stuff, and it feels morally more cohesive and shit, 2 subwoofers and a microphone, that's all you need. Yes, you do. And so they taking a risk. So let's get back to the Mexican woman, right? So anyways, her and old dude that she's with is like, they killed Epstein Island niggas, and now they're at this family's home, right? This random family, and you think it's random, but apparently, like, so the dude stays at the house with the husband and the children as collateral, right? While he sends the wife is in finances. She's the manager at this big ass bank and stuff. And so he sends the wife to the bank to meet the Latin lady. When she first gets there, they go into, because they got this whatchamacallit key from the Jeffrey Epstein nigga, right? It's his safety deposit box key. So he got the key from him, and then they're gonna open his safety deposit box, and this woman is going to help them, right? And so what happens is they go in there, and the Latin lady's acting like she's not a part of it, and she's a hostage too, and then nigga got her aunt and all this other shit. And so they go in there, and like, at first everything's going fine. They open the safety deposit, they go move everything, but then the woman, she's like, there's some files and some money in the safety deposit box. So the woman's like, well, he doesn't need these files. He doesn't need, what does he need these for? And she's trying to move it out into her safety deposit box and shit. So and that's when the Latin woman dropped her gig, and she was like, absolutely not. See, that's why you needed somebody here with you, and let her know that she was a part of it too, right? And so they get back to the house with the husband and kids. The husband and kids are driving off in the minivan, right? While the Latin woman's in the car with the bank lady, right? And so apparently the bank lady was the one that was sending money to traffic babies for this nigga on the island and shit, right? And she tried to lie about it and be like, I didn't even know what he was doing. Blah, 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 blah. And then the Latin lady was like, you don't even deserve to be a mother. You don't deserve to be around your kids. Your kids don't even deserve to ever know who you was. And I was like, read this whole bitch. And then she took her knife and sliced that bitch across the throat. And I was like, yes, God. Because how could you just be okay with other children being harmed, but your babies are safe, so it doesn't matter? How could you just be okay with that? But then there were motherfuckers in them emails that were sending their own children to be around this nigga. That was letting this nigga have at their babies and shit. And these were motherfuckers with money and shit like that. And I'm just like, what world is that? Like, what is it? It's absolutely no empathy. Nothing. No empathy whatsoever. No empathy, no care for others. I just couldn't imagine living like that. That's like soulless. There's like nothing there. And you know, the thing with sociopaths is that, like, for pure sociopaths, a lot of times they don't feel emotions like most people do. And some folks postulate that it might be like on like a spectrum disorder. If you can catch it and catch them in a happy family that like caters to their needs and helps them along the way and stuff like that. It's just about them learning how to feel their emotions. They just feel it differently, right? But if they're in an abusive situation and they grew up in a fucked up environment, a lot of the time, and even if they don't, sometimes they still can attach to toxic, harmful things. But like, a lot of times they focus on the adrenaline rush that they get from doing harmful things. And they feel like that's emotions and so since they don't tend to feel emotions a lot because their emotions are numbed out, and they have to really try to feel deeper, they just attach to adrenaline rushes. And so a lot of these motherfuckers is just doing this to get adrenaline rushes and shit like that. And so it's like, you got these people out here killing these babies, doing all this just for the adrenaline rush. And the fucked up part about it too is that you doing this for adrenaline rushes and you are super rich and shit like that, and you got people that are not as rich as you but richer than most people in the world underneath you trying to like kiss your ass and shit, right? So it's like an abusive relationship amongst the rich. And they just want to get ahead. Them motherfuckers just want to get ahead. So they'll just do whatever they need to do to get ahead, and they'll just shut off their empathy and not give a fuck what happens. But you're not realizing that when you're dealing with the big boss sociopaths, and especially the sociopathic narcissists, they literally just get off on hurting people. Like, that's the currency, is hurting people. Because they don't tend to feel too much, and it takes a lot to feel things. And so you're never going to, like, these Epstein files being released with all these people, they never cared about y'all. They were never going to keep your secrets, because you can't keep doing evil and just keeping it hidden, because evil is an engine left running that will eventually blow out. You were just waiting to be exposed, harmed. There's just every single time you interact with these folks, it's just going to be a different level of harm that you're going to have to climb. And it's a never ending mountain. It just keeps going up into infinity. And so you're never going to get to that place where you feel fully relaxed and at peace for the rest of your life, because they're always going to be fucking with you. They can be bored and want you to come so they can fuck with you some more and shit like that. They'll just keep fucking with you. And so, like, all this shit you're doing to find peace one day in your life, you'll never find peace when you're dealing with a sociopath or a sociopathic narcissist. They'll never let you find peace, because they don't know peace. They don't know peace. And because they don't know peace, they're not going to let anybody around them know peace, because people that are peaceful that are around them make them feel uncomfortable because they can't understand it. Like, why isn't this person kissing my ass? Why is this person anxious? Why is this person chilling around me? So I need to fuck with it and shit because they don't know peace. And I just so see, it's a never ending circle. Like, you never are going to get out of it. You're never going to get ahead to the point where you can just know peace. And like, you're always going to be called on to eat babies and touch children and do all this until either you are completely fine with it and you enjoy it, or you go insane. You go insane and like, I just, and harm yourself or something like that just to make the pain stop. Like, you are start doing an addiction just to numb yourself all the time. Like, because they'll never let you know peace. And that's why I can't get in line with them type of people. Like, I cannot get in line with them type of evil ass people, because like, me just loving myself brings me peace. Me pouring all of that energy back into loving myself brings me peace. And that's like a never ending circle of goodness that I experience. And occasionally some fucked up shit will try to come into the circle or break the circle. And then what I do is I go back to trying to find peace and trying to figure out how to fix this fucked up thing in a positive way so that I can get out of it and get back to peace. Instead of like, it's just a never ending circle of strife and terror and horror and like occasional peace. Absolutely not. I'm not dealing with that. I don't know what prison y'all want to lock yourselves in as you live and breathe on this earth, but absolutely not. Life is too short. Life is too short. This is temporary and shit. I'm not going to spend some temporary time being struggling and going through shit and being upset and being miserable and being abused and doing harmful things to people or accepting that harmful things is being done. I'm not going to not never know peace. Absolutely not. So, you sitting up here with these sociopathic narcissists that are just never going to bring you peace. Just for some money. And they incriminate you and then they blackmail you with the things that you've done. They take pictures and videos and recordings of what you said and all this other stuff just so that they can have you under their thumb, because you don't want some pictures of you doing bad things to children getting out in the world, right? Because it's bad. And so like, I don't even know how motherfuckers talked into that. Like, are you just like, oh, you go to all these Hollywood parties and there's so much drugs and things like that, and you're so high and wobbly all over the place, and then boop, next thing you know, there's a child with your penis in them, and and you don't know how it happened, and people are taking pictures. Like, what is it? What is it? And some of y'all going back to the motherfucker. I don't have time for it. I don't know what you want me to say. We don't see children as children. We don't see, and that hasn't stopped since ancient Rome, ancient Greece, when they was raping the babies in the bathhouses and shit like that. We just drag that along. We just drag that along from ancient Greece and ancient Rome and shit, where they was molesting the babies. And it was normal, it was natural, and we just dragged it into now. Like, it has never went the fuck away, and it's just exhausting, and I don't have it. Girl, I don't have it for that. That's exhausting, and that's a prison, that's a trap, and I just don't want to be imprisoned or trapped like that, because no, you feel your soul dead. You feel your soul being dead. And I don't have the energy to live like that. No, that's the shit that leads people to not be here anymore, that by their own hand. And God bless those people. Like, absolutely not. And so that's why I was just like, I was watching this woman you have kids. Her soul is gone. Her soul is gone. She just doesn't see a correlation between her kids and then babies she was helping to traffic. She just refuses, and she's sleeping up in her house, her 3 or 4 bedroom house with her husband and her 2 kids, living a nice relaxing life, while these kids over here are being tortured and all sorts of evil Mm-mm. I couldn't sleep good like that. I couldn't sleep good like that. I couldn't sleep good like that. Absolutely the fuck not. So she kills her. And then at some point she goes back to Mexico and stuff because she's trying to find one of the boys that the he it was so in the deposit box was medical records of one of the boys that survived, and like they knew where he was and they were going to use it as blackmail if they needed to one day. So she goes to Mexico to find him, right? And she goes to her mom's town where she grew up, and she finds him after hijinks ensues, guns are pulled out, and then she tells him who she is, da la la la. And then she finds out that that's the town where her mom grew up, and that's the town where they got all the children from that they trafficked in that particular time period. And like she's meeting people that knew her mom because her mom died when she was a kid. She's meeting people that knew her mom, and they're telling her stories, and she was raised by her aunt, so she didn't know her mom. And so like they're like, she's lived this life of vengeance her whole life. And so at one point, one of the girls asked if she could come to her quinceañera, right? And she was like, at first, because it's like it's hard for her to be in familial spaces like that, and like because she especially with her mom's people or people that knew her mom. And so she tries to sit through the quinceañera while old dude goes and kills another billionaire and shit. And like doing the Lord's work. I'm sure he ate some babies, picked some out of his teeth, all of it. Just horrible. I shouldn't even be joking about it because they was talking about it's called memeology or some shit, where if you joke about it, it desensitizes people. Don't be desensitized, nigga. Okay, this is just how I talk. Oh my gosh. It's so it's like telling the people not to be desensitized. That's crazy. And so she's sitting at the quinceañera and she just can't sit there. She can't sit there amongst all this goodness and love and all this other stuff. I guess she don't feel like she deserve it. She feel like, her mission is to get vengeance, and it's just really hard to accept goodness when all you know is tragedy. And so, she wasn't able to do that. But I like what he has said. He was like, you need to try being around goodness. You need to give it a try and stuff. And then they find this Latin dude. They follow the doctor and they find him. And he's somehow connected, but I'm not exactly sure how, because at the end of the third episode, he came to the Latin girl's house, right, and knocked on the door, and she opened the door, and she looked like she like knew him, but like she was upset. I don't know what that facial expression was. But they find him, right, because they follow her, and then he runs into the subway and then runs into like this little hovel that he made in the subway wall. And I'm just like, look at people making shelter where they can find it and shit, nigga. Amazing. What shit. And he like gets the important papers that he needs at the moment, and he blows that bitch up. But nothing really burned like that. Like some stuff burned, but like they could still like read it, so it wasn't like some shit that was gonna incinerate shit. And then he runs off, right? And then that's when they found the documents, and they found out he was going to Texas, right? Because they had the longitude, the logistics, whatever the fuck. And like they found him in Texas, and they found him taking pictures of this big ass truck, right? And the truck was full of babies, and they were just full of babies. And they were just trafficking children, just taking them around so that they can be enslaved to the devils. Oh God, I feel sick. I don't know how motherfuckers could just live like this and not feel anything. This shit make my stomach hurt, like just thinking about it. Oh God, I can't even. Like, I just could not have that on my soul. I could not be walking around with that shit on my soul. I would have to have a cleansing, a healing, and then I would have to come out and tell everybody everything just because, and I'll just see what happens and shit, because I couldn't be walking around with that shit. Nah, this is what the niggas be going into addictions and shit, trying to numb and shit, nigga. Like, this niggas would be killing themselves over it, trying to, cause they tired of feeling this way. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. That eating away of your soul pushes most people to have addictions to numb it because it's so painful, or it makes them want to die. So they die, like, because it's so painful, because it's so painful. And so, like, I don't want to do either of those things. I have no inclination to commit suicide, and I don't want to be addicted and out of my mind on things. I like to be pretty much clear-headed most of the time. So, you know, like, I'm just gonna have to just be real about it and shit. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it and act like I'm fine with this shit. Act like it's not happening. I could have came on here and been like, welcome back to the land of the giants and shit, because it is. That nigga, when he was fucking that black girl and his whole hand spread the width of her back, I was just like, my God, my God, my God. Look how his entire hand spread across the width of her back, and her upper back too. And she about like his height, like a little bit shorter, but still, like, and I was just like, how he do that? Oh God, I could have came on here like that, but I was like, no, nigga, this shit is bothering my spirit. This shit is bothering my soul. So if you don't like it, don't watch my shit. I don't know what the fuck to tell you. I don't. His hand spread the whole width of her upper back, and the upper back is wider than the rest of the back. So stupid. Oh God. It's the things that dreams are made of, the things that dreams are made of. And so, I'm going to say what I need to say. And you don't like my shit, don't watch it. I don't know what to tell you, nigga. Like, there's babies. You want me to sit up here and have the same feeling inside of me that drives people to, like, be alcoholics and, like, heroin addicts and, like, oh, you're crazy. Like, I'm not about to do that shit, nigga. You want me to sit up here and have the same pain inside me that drives people to, like, kill themselves and shit? Absolutely. I'm going to do everything I need to do to get this shit out in a healthy way that is productive and positive. And so if all I can do is talk about it, I'm going to talk about it, nigga. Like, I don't know I'm going to slip it into random conversations. Like, oh, like, it's raining today. It is raining today. They eating babies, the rich people. That's crazy, huh? Nigga, cause no, I'm not. I'll look crazy. I will look crazy in front, cause we're not upset enough. These motherfuckers started COVID, nigga. These motherfuckers started 9/11, nigga. There are emails talking about a 9/11 shadow council and shit. What the fuck is a shadow? Oh my gosh, they've just been playing us like a video game. I was telling a client one time, I was like, sociopathic narcissists just see us like, Grand Theft Auto. I don't play any of the missions when I play Grand Theft Auto. I literally go in that motherfucker and just start running people over, shooting random motherfuckers, driving all over the different worlds and looking at how it looks kind of like LA and Santa Monica. Seeing if I can drive my car off a cliff and just see what happens. Just random shit, just cause when I need to vent, that's what I do, nigga. But like, that's a fucking video game. I'm not gonna see people like that. Like, that's fucking weird. That's how sociopathic narcissists see the whole entire world. They see it like Grand Theft Auto, but they're not playing any missions or anything. They're just doing random shit to hurt people, just to make them feel things. That's why you're never going to get ahead with these motherfuckers, because they're never going to feel enough to care about anything, let alone themselves. So why would they care about you, love? Like, why would they care about you if they don't care about themselves? Stupid ass. So no, No, it's a pointless journey to try to get these motherfuckers to like you. It is. It literally is a pointless journey. Like you're just gonna keep walking for infinity and getting absolutely nowhere. It's not just walking though. Like you're gonna fall into holes and have to climb out. You're gonna they're gonna get shot in the forehead, and then you're gonna respawn at the beginning and have to start to walk back over. It's just gonna be a bunch of perilous, random shit happening along this walk. But this walk will never fucking end. Ever. I can't live like that. I can't live my life like that. That is terrible. And if you're not a sociopathic narcissist, that's that shit that's going to make you start to form an addiction. And that's that shit that'll make you kill yourself. Like, I just can't. Like, that's the shit. That's the type of lifestyle that'll make you, like, go to the extreme with your mental health. And I can't live like that. I cannot. I don't know how people live like that. I just, it's so horrible. How many people on this motherfucker ate babies? I wonder. How many motherfuckers on this bitch was touching the babies? How many? Because it's horrible. And y'all need to go and you need to just, most of the time when I'm laughing, I'm not laughing at what I'm saying necessarily. I'm laughing at the randomness of the sentence that came after the next sentence. Like, why would you say that? You were just talking about the long walk and and then you just jump to how many of these motherfuckers ate babies? And I just look at a little child. I just look at the little baby, just living life. And I liked what they said when she was in Mexico in a community and stuff. And the lady was like, let me see, what did she say? She said, robbing children of their heritage and communities of their future. That's what they're doing. They're robbing children of their heritage and communities of their future. And they want to just steal, kill, and destroy. They don't want us to have a future because they're suicidal. But they're too much of a coward to just, just do what needs to be done or some shit. I don't fucking know. Like, or go to therapy. Cause I'm gonna tell motherfuckers to kill themselves on a platform where I am a therapist and anybody can see this. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, like, they don't have it in them to fix themselves. Like, it's just like they want things to end. They want everybody around them to stop. But it's like, if everybody around you stops and you're the only one going on, you run out of your supplies because everything is gone now because you nuked the world. Then what? Then what? It's like Fallout. You just got a world of narcissists running around eating each other and shit. Like, it's just like, you want to live in a world like that? Like, because that's like, I think the only decent person on that show is that one girl with the brown hair, the main character and shit. Like, everybody else eating each other. They ghouls and shit. They got child labor and blowing each other up. And the one peaceful town they had in Fallout, the motherfucker that made the Fallout got mad that there was a peaceful I hate that shit, nigga. He got mad that there was a peaceful town in the area, and he sent a ghoul with a bomb to blow that bitch up. He's with a nuke and to blow that bitch to kingdom come. And I was just like, you can't let nobody have peace, huh, love? You can't. The humans that weren't ghouls and shit had got together and made this little town, and they was just like happy and shit, and everything was great, and they was like rebuilding society. And this motherfucker found out about that shit and said, "Oh, we can't have happy people in this place." And he blew that shit. I was like, you want a world like Fallout? No, they want a world like Fallout, but they don't realize that if there's a world like Fallout, everybody is cutthroat. Everybody is in it to kill everybody else. Like there's no there that like there's no growth of it. Oh God, you have to love yourself to grow. They just want to stay in the same place with other people that are staying in the same place, and that's what hell is. I'm tired. Oh, it is. That's what hell is. It's just motherfuckers stuck in the same place forever. And there's no curiosity. There's no growth. It's no anything. It's just we're all stuck in the same place doing the same shit to feel things. And we're mad if anyone else comes into this place that could just do that organically. So you got to destroy that because it's a reminder of how we can't do that organically. That's sad. That's miserable. I don't know how much for money though. Like I think homelessness, I would have to be resourceful, but like, you know, I would be homeless before I allow motherfuckers that ate babies to be in my vicinity and not say anything. Like I would be homeless before I ate a baby. Like what? Touched a child, like any of it. Like I would be homeless before I did any of that. Like I would figure it out. I don't want to be homeless. In the name of Jesus, don't, oh God, don't ever do that to me. But like, if that's the alternative, absolutely fuck, girl. Is this what self-love, is this what loving yourself is? Oh God. I never wanted to be homeless and shit, nigga. I was scared of that shit. But like, if that's the alternative, there's worse things. You can be incriminated into like molesting a child and like eating a baby, and then like they have pictures and videos of you doing it, and then like you just have to keep doing it whenever they tell you to do it, or they're gonna show the original picture and video until eventually like you're empty. There's nothing in there. Absolutely not. Oh God, it sounds horrible. It sounds, God bless. In the name of Jesus, no, free, especially free my people, free black people first and shit, and then free everybody else, shit, even white folks and shit. You know, free us, God, in the name of Jesus, free us. Oh, I hate that. Like, oh God. And forever, that's what hell is. Hell is when that shit is forever. Like you in Fallout, and that's eternity. There is no temporary. They kill you. It hurts. It hurts when they kill you. It's not like numb or some shit, and then you just respawn back into Fallout. Oh, that's hell, y'all. Like, absolute girl. That's what being like rich and famous is like. Like that's horrible. I hate that for them. Like, how do you get free? Like, do you have to like hide? It's like a gang, like a mafia or some shit. Like, if you try to get out of it, they find you, and then you like have an accident. You're with them until you're dead or some shit, or until you're too old to suck dry. Like there's nothing left. Oh, I did forget. So she like doesn't get, Cross's help when they're at the diner. I think she's gonna leave him to her last resort. God, I hope he gets folded and reborn. But she goes and finds little man in the prison. I love his little accent. He was like the shea butter in the commissary. Girl, shea butter in the commissary. I love his little accent. It's so fanciful and free. I love it. It's magical. Oh God, he is so little too. Like I'm looking as the scene came on in the background. He is just a little man. Look at him. Look at him. He looks crazy though. Like he looks like he'll kill a nigga and shit. But like he's just so little. It's just, you walking in the store, you can't see over the aisle and shit. That shit is wild. Shut up. So mean. I hate it. I'm sorry. God forgive me and shit. Nigga. That's it. That's how he look in real life. That's mean. Ain't nothing wrong with that man. It's just fascinating. That's all. I'm just fascinated. Like how you move around, how you see the world. Like how, like, it's just so interesting. But she go to prison to get little man, and he gonna help her with her mission. And he goes to the nail shop. And she calling him while she at the little like situation with the babies in the truck, and she like, where you at? Did you find Ahmed? She trying to find somebody that work in tech that got the list of somebody name and finding people so she could talk to the master or whatever the fuck she looking for. I don't know. Oh gosh, and so like. He's at the nail shop getting his feet done, flirting with the little lady and shit. And I was like, look at that. He flirting with the little lady. It's going to be an interesting scene. Another fascinating, shut up. And it was fascinating and interesting. And I was just like, look at them. They fucking. Shut up. And so like. He fucks the lady from the shop, and come to find out she's the mother of Ahmed or Ishmael, what the fuck his name was, I forgot. He's a light-skinned dude, right? And so like he don't want to get the files for this nigga, and so like because they belong to dangerous people, right? And this nigga like, well, I'm gonna kill you right now, so either you get the files or you gonna be dead either way. And so, he with his low man energy swelled up on that nigga with the look in his eye that said, I am stronger than you because I have muscles and you don't have muscles. And that nigga folded and he was scared and he said, okay, I guess, I'll help you and shit, nigga. And so, we cut scene and shit. This dude was talking about, they was in the car, right, while they was waiting to get the babies out the truck, the little white girl and Cross, and she was just like, she was flirting a little bit. She was like, well, I don't even be dating like that, like I just like a lot of dick and shit. And he was just looking at her and shit, and I was just like, ew. I hated it. I wish he didn't fuck that white woman. I just like they had another night in Texas and went to the little honky tonk. So white, and I was just like, you didn't experience any racism in Texas, being 6 foot something and darkest night and in the middle of Texas at somebody little honky tonk. No racism whatsoever, huh? And no microaggressions. You was just having a good old time and shit. I know you was, honey. That made me lose hope. That was like, oh, what are we doing? Oh God. Why is he with this white woman? Well, that other bitch, cause he put her life in danger, nigga. What is you talking about? That bitch is traumatized and he don't even care. He ain't even asked her about her trauma, not once. He was just like, we get back together, right? We can go to dinner tonight, right? Like, nigga, fuck you. I would have fucked that nigga too. That was a goodbye fuck. Leave her alone. I don't care what you're talking about. You gotta leave her alone. That was a goodbye fuck because he looks so scrumdiddlyumptious. Oh God. And tasteful and shit. He probably fucked her good too. That was a I missed you fuck shit, nigga. Like that was a good fuck. I would have took it too. I would have shut up. her life. That's the least she could get, bitch. Shit. Oh, his little funky ass feelings was hurt the next day. How could you have just taken advantage of me? Nigga, you the one came to my motherfucking house talking about, oh, do you really mean? I bet you want me to come in. Whatever the fuck he said, nigga, like, bitch folded, and his hand spreads the width of her upper back, nigga. Like, what do you want me to say here? I don't understand. It's like in the last review I did with Ava and shit. Like, nigga, she got fans. She not supposed to have fans? Like, what if it was the parents from the school sending her flowers and shit for Valentine's Day because she was that great of a principal? Like, what if her room was filled with parents and children stuff because she was just that great of a principal? But you still have some shit to say? Like, I don't understand. Whatever, nigga. Mad because this bitch got fans. I don't understand what the problem is. She ain't fucking them niggas. She don't even want them niggas. She ain't even think about them niggas because my feelings are hurt because I can't afford the lifestyle that these motherfuckers can. Wimbledon motherfucking tickets, bitch. Yes, I did get Wimbledon tickets. This should encourage you to do better. Like, not try to take away the extra investment money that I just got. Like, that's just for us. I was gonna share, nigga. Like, I don't understand what the problem is. Like, this should encourage you to do better. Be a better nigga. Oh God, I'm so mean. That's why I can't date something that I don't want, because the resentment that builds up in me when I am doing something I don't like to do and trying to pretend that I like it is explosive, nigga. Just, I'll be calling nigga, you a bitch. Like, what's wrong with you? Like, I hate you, nigga. And if you stay for that, like, I might just let you stay just because. And then look, now I'm being abusive. Now I'm being an abuser. And so, like, I probably wouldn't let you stay, because then that's a reflection of who I am as a person. And I can't let you tarnish that with your bitchness aura. Like your bitch ass aura. Like, I can't let you tarnish my, perfection. I don't. Obviously we aren't compatible. Like, you gotta find somebody that's compatible with you, love. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, if I don't like it, I don't like it. You're not gonna make me like it. And if you try to force me to like it, well, we gonna fight. And shit, I die for mine, nigga. So one of us gonna have to die if you don't leave me the fuck alone. But no, like, I didn't understand. I was just like, she deserved that dick. She earned that dick. That was a good old dick down, and it was magical for the nigga that she's in love with, but she's scared of because he's objectified her to the point where she almost died. Because he needs to be the fixer. He needs to be the protector, because whatever the fuck trauma he went through, some stupid shit, and then he fucked this white bitch. I just, in Texas after dancing at a honky tonk with a cowboy hat on. Oh God, I hope she turns on this motherfucker. I hope this nigga folds like a fucking plastic bag, just crumples. Oh, the betrayal. The world is evil. Oh God, everything I knew is a lie. And then let's rebuild a nigga like some Legos. Oh God. I think this is the end. I think this is. Oh my God. And then I hate how she left the fucking door open for this nigga to walk back. And I was just like, ew. Oh God, I hated it. Oh, and then he went in there and he fucked this white bitch. Their mouths were touching. No, because after you see him with the beautiful woman and then you see him with this white woman, it was such a downgrade. It was just like the way their skin melded together because they were like in unison and with the skin tones and shit. And then you go to this. Ugh. I don't like it. Ugh. I hate it. Ugh. Start kissing. I hate it. They don't even kiss right, nigga. Like, what's going? I hope she fucking betrays the shit out of this nigga. I really do. I hope it hurts. I hope it hurts so bad, because you know they be having like 2 or 3 plots of this motherfucker. So we got the nigga with his mama in jail plot. We got the main plot, the Angel Avengers getting the evil ass baby eaters and shit. And then we got the MK Ultra plot, and we gonna see. I hope we never see this bitch. Oh God. I do like how they portray black women in this show though, for the most part. Like when, Old Spice was all sad and shit because, his mama was in jail and he had seen her and she lied and they lied to him and he don't even know what, and she stood her ground and she was like, I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to stay here and comfort you because you need comfort and shit. But then also she like stands up to him and shit when he be talking stupid shit. Like when that little girl wanted a phone and he was like, little girls, they're smarter than boys and they're fast and they don't need a phone. And she cussed him the hell. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? These little niggas on these phones looking at pornos and shit and sexting bitches and sharing bitches pictures with they nigga friends and shit. Like, what is you, girl? Getting bitches pregnant, getting little girls pregnant. What are you talking about? Be honest. You was saying that because you know what niggas do. But you trying to put it on this little baby. She's like, what, 10, 11? Why are you trying to put that on that little baby? What's wrong with you, sir? You know that's what niggas do. Even little children, little boys, they be doing that. Why you got all these cases with these little high school boys and they was sharing their little girlfriends' pictures to their friends that was just for them and shit, and they go to jail for sharing child pornography. Why do you think there's so many cases like that? Ugh. I hate niggas. Just be saying dumb shit. Like, what is you talking about? Oh gosh. Ugh. Oh God. I need to get up. Did I miss anything? What was the end of the 3rd episode? Oh, and then the Latin dude shows up to the lady's house and like she looking at him like, why are you here? And they find out that the cop that shot the nigga in the head when he was holding the child in the truck, that like he got the Latin dude and just took him and they thought that he had killed him, but nah, old dude had that dog in him and shit and he killed that motherfucker. Yup. And then he went to that girl house and that's, I just wish he hadn't fucked that white bitch. I just, ew. And anyways, I was gonna, what are you doing? Oh God, they had no chemistry. It was gross. It was weird and awkward. No chemistry. Oh, because you already established chemistry with that other woman and she's gorgeous, and his hand went across her back like this and it was like her whole back. I see what you do for others, Lord, and I just shut up. Oh God. But yes, y'all, they eating babies. And we need to be mad and we need to do something. I don't know what, but we do something because they eating babies. So just think about that. Them is children. Children matter. They do. Them little babies, precious. Just thinking about it fucks me up. I'm gonna get up off of you. Let me know what you thought of this review. I'm probably, this is gonna be what's gonna be between Abbott, and then I might double up just to finish out the series, because you know I like to show. They didn't put all 8 episodes out like they did last time and shit. I guess because it got enough ratings last time. Now they just trickling the bitch out, and I'm just like, God. I hope people watch this and they be like, that's what they was doing on their island. We should do something about that. And not like watch this and like be like desensitized and shit because it's entertainment. And it was like, oh, it's like a fantasy. Like we're being lulled into, oh God, into even worse states. Just bomb us if we do, Lord. Just take me up in the rapture. You know, the ones that were sane and take us up in the rapture. Didn't even consider it, is disgusted, stomach hurts by the thought of it. Just take us up in the rapture, Lord. Like this. Oh Lord, ease us on up there, Lord, and don't let it be painful or nothing, or too much of a jolt of reality and shit. Let's ease us into the different reality and not be scary and ask, you know, like you know, because I can't bear this. I can't bear it. And then, you know, all the children are gonna go too because they're innocent little babies and they don't deserve to be down here with these people. So it'll just be all y'all adults and stuff. All y'all adults can be down here with all y'all adult things, and you can bother amongst yourself and stay stuck. And that's none of my business, bitch. Oh, go up in the raptures or whatever it looks like, you know. Take us all. They don't want to hurt the babies, and you know, the Palestinians and shit that don't want to hurt the babies, and the Sudanese, all the people, the Congolese. So take us all up that don't want to hurt the babies. I feel like if you don't want to hurt the babies, you got something inside of you that could start a decent society of people. You know, I feel like that's the main thing. As long as you don't want to hurt the babies or like take away anybody's consent to be themselves, that don't involve hurting people. I could feel like that would start a decent society. Just a bunch of people that don't want to hurt people. And you know, just loving themselves and shit, and just want to bring peace to the world. I'm tired. Wherever the fuck this is, I'm tired. It's some bullshit. Like, and motherfuckers don't be saying shit. Like, how you just gonna not say anything? Like you don't care about you. Like that. It's really making me realize how many people really don't give a fuck about kids. Like how many people just don't care about the weekend. Like they were never children. Like I know people are traumatized, and a lot of people traumatized, and you dissociate a lot when you traumatize, so a lot of people don't remember their childhood. But like if you do the work in therapy, you can pull that shit back up to a decent extent. You might not be everything, but it's enough to like know what it feels like to be a kid. And remember how you was looking up at motherfuckers and shit. And remember how it felt to have all these adults around you when you was just little and shit. And to know how you felt in your body and all the weird shit you used to do and shit. And it just... And then that's where the empathy comes from. And then you apply it to other kids that you dealing with. And then it makes it easier. It makes it easier to want to protect children when you remember being a child. Even if bad shit happens to you, that makes you want that to not happen to other children. That's what it's supposed to do. Be like righteous anger and all this other stuff is supposed to come up inside of you and shit, and you be like, no nigga, this can't never happen again. And you have the power to make it not happen again, because you could just choose to make it not happen again, and make sure that you don't surround yourself with people that make it not happen again, that make it, you know. And like it's a choice. It's just like a workout. You want to have to work out your brain to be that way, and niggas don't want to work out their brain. They just want to be stuck. And I just and when you stuck, you hurt yourself and everybody else around you, because You just stuck. I hate that. That's horrible. Don't nobody care about kids. Like, that shit makes me sad. People hate children. Like, they really hate children. Like, oh my God, I'm like surrounded by motherfucking children haters and shit, nigga. Like, who hates innocent little children that ain't done nothing to you and shit? They just new in the world. Like, motherfuckers will like dogs more than children. Like, oh my gosh, they don't know nothing. They will like project themselves onto the child just because the child has like a little attitude or whatever the fuck. Because they look, that's their first time having an attitude in the world. Like, they're not an adult. They haven't had like 700 attitudes and shit. Like, and so they should know better, nigga. Like, this is their first time. They're trying some shit out. Like, you just give them a consequence and like, you just be consistent with the consequence and, you know, like putting them in the corner or like taking a toy or, you know, something positive. And eventually they figure it the fuck out. Like, you're not going to talk to me like that. I'll literally say that to a child. I'll be like, you're not going to talk to me like that. You're not going to talk to me like that. I'm not. I'll walk away from a child, leave them standing there crying by themselves, just be like, they'll figure it out in a second. But like, I would never consider hurting a child. Like, that's fucking weird. Shit. Oh God, niggas hate children. Like, you were literally surrounded by motherfuckers that hate the most innocent of us. Oh, I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say about that. I don't know what to feel. But I'm gonna keep watching this show. Cause I'm gonna hope and pray that it ends in a way that, you know, I need a death and a rebirth of this man, and or something akin to it, you know, like and it will just go from there. But anyways, I hope that you like this review. Let me know what you thought. Later days.